The Cuckoo Clock of Doom remains to be one of my favorite Goosebumps books of all time. Probably not in my top 10, but I'm pretty sure in my top 20. I really like the Cuckoo Clock of Doom, but there's always a mystery that I have seen recently in this book, and that is the allegiance of the Cuckoo Clock of Doom. Because in the book, it sort of portrays the Cuckoo Clock of Doom as more of an object. There's dangers that come with the object, but it's more of just like an object. You could die from using it, but it's not actively trying to kill you. And even on Goosebumps Wiki, Tara, the main protagonist's sister, is considered to be the main antagonist of the book. So it seems like the Cuckoo Clock of Doom is, a good or a neutral being, right? So then we take a look at some of the cover art in the artwork for the Cuckoo Clock of Doom, though. We can see in the Tim Jacobus artwork, an implied to be evil cuckoo bird sitting right there. And it seems like it's manipulating the clock-ish because the wooden part is extending farther than it should. I don't know, maybe that's a bit over in depth, but it's kind of strange. It seems like the bird could possibly be manipulating the clock. But also there's some foreign artwork and stuff like that that shows the cuckoo bird being evil. Also in some Goosebumps the game artwork. I don't know if this actually happens in the game, but in the Goosebumps game artwork, I'm pretty sure that, it shows the cuckoo bird pretty much alive and being evil and stuff like that. So, in the book, it shows the cuckoo clock as a good guy. Well, not good guy, but neutral being, object sort of thing. Within the cover, it's kind of displayed as the cuckoo bird being alive that can manipulate the clock and all this stuff. So, which one's right? One, he can't be evil and neutral, so what is he? We can also see in Goosebumps the film, R.L. Stine has the Cuckoo Clock of Doom in his basement, it seems like. So, that means it's a good guy, sort of like how he has Hannah out of her book, from The Ghost Next Door. Possibly, he has the Cuckoo Clock of Doom out of its book because it's possibly a good guy, So it makes sense-ish because of the Goosebumps film that the Cuckoo Clock of Doom is a good guy because R.L. Stine has it out of its book, right? So then, though, we have the Goosebumps Monster Survival Guide. I do not currently own this book. I want to. It seems like a pretty fun book to read. But basically, this book, I guess, prepares you, the reader, for a Goosebumps monster invasion. So, they have all these chapters giving you information about each monster and how to defeat them. Again, I haven't read the book, so I don't know what it says, but there's one section on the Cuckoo Clock of Doom. So, this book's point is to help defend a monster invasion. So, how come the Cuckoo Clock of Doom is in there? This is defense for monster invasion, but the Cuckoo Clock of Doom, it seems to be not a monster, so why is it in this book? And so, that could possibly mean that the Cuckoo Clock of Doom is an antagonist due to it appearing in this book. So this creates this whole mystery of what is the true alliance of the Cuckoo Clock of Doom? Is he good, or is he an antagonist? So yeah, that's pretty much the point of this video. I already offered up some evidence, and I did not go through, my usual intro. Sorry about that, guys. But yeah, let's get even more in-depth into this theory. But before I continue, I just want to say there are going to be some spoilers to the Cuckoo Clock of Doom. Not as much as my usual theories, there's going to be some spoilers, but not like really big ones. I'm mainly just going to be discussing the origins to the Cuckoo Clock of Doom and what it does in the Cuckoo Clock of Doom book. So yes, there are going to be some major spoilers, but it's not going to be as big as my usual theories. But anyway, guys, let's get farther into this theory today. So, to figure out the Cuckoo Clock of Doom's true alliance, I guess you could say allegiance, I don't know. And in order to figure that out, I think we have to look at the origins to the Cuckoo Clock of Doom. So, if memory serves me correct, the Cuckoo Clock of Doom was made during the 1800s by some sort of wizard, and it was crafted out of wood from the Black Forest. And the wizard, I think, gave it this special power to make you go back in time, but you have to find the secret that makes the bird take you back in time. And up until the events of the Cuckoo Clock of Doom, no one has been able to figure that out. And so, yeah, that's pretty much the origins to the Cuckoo Clock of Doom. And that honestly, though, has a very, very high similarity to a even more classic Goosebumps monster. And that is Slappy the ventriloquist dummy. So this could mean that the Cuckoo Clock of Doom was made by the same wizard as the one that made Slappy, and possibly meaning that the Cuckoo Clock of Doom is evil. And so the evidence to prove that the Cuckoo Clock of Doom was made by the same wizard or made out of the same wood as Slappy is, first off, as I said before, they have similar origins. They were both made in foreign countries. And, there's just a bunch of factors, but I think there's some huge pieces of evidence from, let me see, what is it? Goosebumps Night of Scares, that, video game where you get to hide from the monsters. It's pretty fun. I'm kind of stuck on level 4, but, anyway, so, basically in the game, Slappy is using the Cuckoo Clock of Doom to make the day repeat itself by using the secret created by the wizard to make the day repeat itself, as I said before, and so he'll never be defeated. So, anyways, in the end, though, when Slappy is defeated and all that stuff, R.L. Stine says that Slappy never read the Cuckoo Clock of Doom book. So, the secret to, making time go backwards and stuff like that, or go back in time and stuff like that, is secret. That's kind of a weird thing I said, but no one ever knew about the secret for a very, very long period of time. From the time that the first edition of the book was published, almost 200 years. Almost 200 years, no one figured out the secret to how to make the day repeat itself. And then Slappy comes in and figures it out, I think under a day, I think in Goosebumps Night of Scares. So how did he figure it out? Maybe he's just really intelligent, which Slappy is, but I still don't think he'd be able to figure out how to make the day repeat itself over and over. So how did he know how to use the powers of the Cuckoo Clock of Doom if he himself never even read the Cuckoo Clock of Doom book? And so I think that he would have known, or something like that, if he was created or made out of the same wood as the Cuckoo Clock of Doom, because I think he's, somehow related to the wizard. I don't know, I think his origins slightly change over book to book, not major changes, but there's a slight change, so it's not all correct, but I think he would possibly have sort of the same memory as the wizard that created him. So that would mean that he could possibly know about the turning of the head to the Cuckoo Clock of Doom, but he wouldn't know all the details because he hadn't read the actual book of the Cuckoo Clock of Doom. Further evidence to support this is some of the similar characteristics between the Cuckoo Clock of Doom and Slappy. And so one similarity is they're able to heal themselves, because you can see in the Cuckoo Clock of Doom book, in the Cuckoo Clock of Doom book, the 1988 tab, I think, was knocked off. But then, in Goosebumps the game, it's back. Maybe, I think this isn't the Goosebumps the game, is like a prequel to Goosebumps the movie, so correct me if I'm wrong in the comments, but I'm pretty sure that's correct. So maybe it was released during the time when the Cuckoo Clock of Doom was, normal and didn't have that mark on it, but it's a slight bit of evidence. Also, further evidence of the fact that it adapts itself is that in the book, I think the first tab representing the Cuckoo Clock of Doom started in the year 1800, but in Goosebumps the game, it has, I think, 1900 as the first one, or some date later. It didn't start out with 1800. So that means possibly that the Cuckoo Clock can adapt itself and change itself and heal itself and all that stuff. And also further evidence on how it can heal itself and stuff like that is the fact that the clock still works. This was made during the 1800s, correct? So, how could it have lasted this long? They don't really treat it like, a valuable item that should be put inside a museum. And the clock still works beautifully, so how does it still work? They don't treat it with the care enough for probably it to last long enough as it did. So how did it last this long in such pristine condition? I mean, it's almost similar to Slappy. Slappy was created during the 1800s, and he really never wore down, other than like a chip on his chin or something like that. But other than that, Slappy's gone through a lot. He's been shredded. A lot of bad stuff has happened to him. His head got knocked in half and stuff like that. Yet Slappy is still alive, and he keeps fixing himself and stuff like that. So it seems like, as ultimate evidence, that the Cuckoo Clock of Doom was most likely made out of the same wood as Slappy. And since the wizard that created Slappy became evil or was evil, I don't know. Again, it kind of changes. In My Friend Slappy, not My Friend Slappy, I Am Slappy's evil twin, it sort of said that Slappy's creator was good, but then he turned bad. I'm not really sure. I don't even know if they ever said he was the one who created him. I think it was implied, but they never said it. So, possibly it was someone else, but he turned evil, and so most likely the Cuckoo Clock that we see in the Cuckoo Clock of Doom is evil as well, since pretty much Slappy's evil, Mr. Wood is evil, who else? Dennis is evil, not Dennis, Wally, it's Wally, I'm sorry, and Goldie is evil, so most likely the Cuckoo Clock is evil if he was made from the same wizard and all that stuff. So, yeah, also, there's evidence to support that the Cuckoo Clock of Doom is evil from the book itself, which sort of implies that the Cuckoo Clock of Doom is actually just a good neutral object. And that is because of this weird thing that happens throughout the book. When the main protagonist, I forgot his name, starts to turn back time, that's pretty much the plot of the book, just in case you didn't know. He turns back time by turning the head of the Cuckoo Clock, so he relives days of his life, he becomes younger, and eventually he disappears. Well, he doesn't disappear in the book, he stops it, but at one point in time, he almost disappears, and so basically the whole plot of the book is him trying to turn back the Cuckoo Clock's head, but basically it seems like the Cuckoo Clock, or the bird itself, maybe is controlling what day the main protagonist goes to, because it's kind of ironic that almost all the days that the main protagonist goes to in the past is a bad day for him, like the day that his birthday party was ruined by his sister Tara, and also the day that he got beat up by his friend because Tara manipulated the fight to happen, and also another day when he was totally embarrassed, the day that he broke his hand. It's just really ironic that pretty much every day the main protagonist went to, something bad happened. So it seems like, after all this, that the Cuckoo Clock of Doom is evil. But tell me what you guys think in the comment section below. Do you think the Cuckoo Clock of Doom is good? Do you think it's evil? Tell me what you guys think, and that's the end of my video.